Yo, take it from me. Prison ain't the place to be, but at the end of the day, it's just a test of heart. What up? It's your boy Trill Billy, aka Suge White, aka Vanilla Gorilla, aka Torano Blanco, the White Thunder Homes, back with another episode of TOH TV. Last episode, we talked about my first high-speed chase in Florida prison. We'll pick back up. We had some technical difficulties. The camera shut off, but we're back at you with this one. So I'll pick it back up. Now, there's a story that runs parallel to this one that's applicable in between my last DR for disrespecting staff on the crosswalk and this one. I'd acquired some Charles Barkley's, crispy as hell, all white. If y'all know the shoe game back in the day, everyone knows about the Barkleys. Only dude on the pound rocking them. My last DR, they had taken the Barkleys from me, right? And told me that I wasn't getting them back. So I run down on Sarge and I'm like, hey, man, check me out. Let me get the shoes back. I'll get my shit together. I'll stop giving y'all a problem. I'll stop showing out. Blah, blah, blah. He looks at me. He's like, you know what, man? If you can keep your ass out of trouble and stop giving us a headache, man, we'll let you keep the shoes. But the minute you fuck up, they're gone. So I'm like, all right, bet. Good deal. Like, I've been going through with these dudes and they're going to spare me a little bit. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I got these Barkleys on. The very next day, man, is when the second high-speed chase happens, right? So the deal is, every day certain dorms can go to the library, right, during the rec hour or 2 hours if there's rec. So a group of dorms will go the first hour and another group will go the second hour. Now, it just so happens on this day they're playing a movie. So what typically happens is the first group will watch the first half of the movie and the second group will watch the second half, even though they never seen the first. Then the next week, they play the first half second and the second half first. So that way, even if you see it backwards, you're going to see the whole movie, right? I'm not feeling that. I still have this attitude that they're not going to tell me what to do. You know, I'm 19, 20 years old. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm still not respecting no rules, still beefing with the COs. Like, you couldn't tell me shit, right? So I decided, bump it. I'm a buck. When they call halfway through the movie and they turn it off and they call everybody out, I'm going to hide in the back of the library. So when the second half comes in, then I'll just filter in with them and nobody would be the wiser, right? So that would have worked, except for the fact that a couple of my buddies decided they're going to hang back too. Thought it sounded like a good idea, right? So they hang back. I think there was like 4 of us. The one kid, legit, was with us and he's giggling. They get, it's a free world guy who runs the library. It's a free world guy. He had a cane and shit, old man. He was all right. Wasn't a CO though, but he had like the power. He had a radio and shit. He could call in the COs, right? So he gets everybody out. We're back there hiding. He's getting ready for the next group. This motherfucker with me starts snickering and shit and like rolling, like, cause he's going up and down to make sure no one's in there. I'm just like quietly like circling around, you know, crouched down behind the bookshelf, just staying out of his way, whatever. These motherfuckers are making all kinds of noise and shit, draws his attention. He starts, oh, who's in here? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, stop. All right, so I already know it's time to dip, son. Like, it's over. We got flushed out. So I take off, man. I pop the library door. Boom. I've now started my second high-speed chase, right? Buddy tried to pull me over. Not having it. I dipped right now. The library, if I get through this one gate, there's like a walkway and there's a gate that's usually open, but they lock it after movement, right? There's still movement going on, which movement is when the times they allow you to be moving down the crosswalks on the compound to rec or education or your job or classification or medical, wherever you're going, they got certain times for that. So there's still movement on the compound. So, man, I break. I'm running for this gate, right? These retards, they all, just like they followed me to begin with, they followed me out the door. We're running. He calls it in. I get to the gate, locked. I'm like, oh, shit. They put the roadblock up on me, man. So they roadblocked me. Here come the COs running, right? Because they don't really know what happened. They just know that Buddy hit the alarm on his little walkie-talkie. They don't know if it's a fight, a stabbing, a riot. They don't know what the fuck. So they just come running, hauling ass. Bam. Guess who it is? The same group of dudes that's on the serve team that I've been beefing with now. I've been had DRs over disrespecting. They're like, there's been like a little power struggle, so to speak, a little beef. Here come the same fucking guys I've been disrespecting, talking shit to, threatening to tighten up. They all come running up. Goldberg's with them. He go, oh, we got you now, boy. That's how they talk, like real rednecks. Like, we got you now, boy. You going to jail, son? So I'm like, all right, whatever. I know the drill. I just got out of confinement, like, to the day. Guess who comes strolling up while I'm getting walked to jail? The same Sarge I done promised I'd behave if I got to keep my Barclays. Guess what he had to say? He was like, well, I guess you know what's going to happen to them. They gone. Fuck, man. But at this point, that's the least of my worries, right? Looking fresh. So I'm like, all right. So they're walking us to confinement. Goldberg's got me. I'm cuffed up, walking down the compound. Now, when you go down this crosswalk, normally before you go to confinement, you go to medical. They do a full evaluation, make sure you ain't fucked up. They send you back, they ask you if you're going to kill yourself, this, that, and the third, right? But instead of going right, Goldberg pushes me to the left, which is the visitation part, which I know I get visitation from my wife every weekend. I already know where we're going, but I'm like, it's a weekday. So why the hell we up here at visitation? So now my spidey senses is tingling. I know something ain't right. We go in there. Guess who's in there? A goddamn white shirt, which is a lieutenant or a captain. That's the highest ranking COs on the pound, except for the warden. But they directly run the ins and outs. Like that's the supreme all, like, even the inmates, man. Like the guards, when they see a white shirt, they're grabbing all their shit, making sure they're proper, making sure they ain't sleeping. Not like they're on their P's and Q's. Even the inmates, like, hey, white shirt on deck. That means that, hey, the white shirt will have you disappeared if he wants to. You don't try the white shirts, right? So he comes in there with me. The white shirt's already in there. He's watching the window, so I'm like, oh, shit. Now it's dawning on me. What the white shirt is there for is to be a witness and to make sure he's spooking, which is he's making sure nobody else comes in on this. They don't want no free world people, no other COs, like no witnesses. So what this means to me is they're about to do me dirty. I'm about to get flipped. Like, I already know this is what it is. There ain't no reason for me to be in here with nobody else. Just the white shirt spook. And y'all gonna set me up trying to say I did something to this dude, flip me, send me to FSP, beat the shit out of me, give me some new charges. Like, I already know the deal, right? So needless to say, at this point, I'm a little nervous, dog. No lie. What's he do? There's like rows of chairs that I guess during the week they have little classes or whatever in there. So they got rows, these little blue, like school chairs, like you see in school, man, the little blue chair, plastic chairs with the metal feet, that deal. This motherfucker Goldberg picks me up by the back of my belt and my neck and just throws me like I was a sack of potatoes, bro. Just throws me on top of these chairs. And I'm just, bear in mind, my hands are cuffed behind my back, so I'm just landing on my face, laying on that shit. I roll over, I hop up. Because, like, I'm not going to just lay there like a bitch, you know? So he's like, oh, okay. Picks me up again, same way. Throws me over another row of chairs. Land on that shit. I'm like, bam, I hop back up. So he's like, oh, okay, you want to be a badass. He grabs me, takes me to there's like a cleaning, like a mop closet, but like twice as big. It's like where all the janitor stuff is or whatever. It's a little empty room, basically. You might refer to it as the understanding room because that's where two men go to get some understanding, right? So he pushes me off in the understanding room. Still cuffed up there, I'm on. He takes me in there, gets a couple shots off, fucking knocks me down. I get up. As I'm getting up, he knees me in the face, rolls me over. I hop back up. He hits me a few more times. And all I can do, man, is keep getting up. Like, that's my only option. That's all I can fucking do. but I want him to know he ain't gonna break me. You feel me? So I just keep on getting up. And like eventually this fool got tired of whooping my ass before I got tired of getting my ass whooped. You know what I mean? He wasn't doing any face shots. I think he might have kneed me in the face a couple of times, but he was definitely like trying to keep it to where I couldn't, he wasn't trying to fuck me up, send me to the hospital. Now they're asking like, yo, what happened? That type, but they're trying to punish me, right? Whole time the white shirt's watching the window, making sure no one comes in, right? They got the camera turned off, all the bullshit, right? So finally, after all this, I stand up, he spins me around, uncuffs me, right? Spins me back around and says, you want a bum, motherfucker? You want to talk shit? Come on. Now, I already know what the jig is. I already know what time it is. Got the white shirt here. Like, yo, this has been the plan from the jump. Is to put hands on me while I'm cuffed up, get me super fucking pissed off and angry, get me outside, thinking right. And as soon as they uncuff me, let me hit them one time. Then they spray me, beat the shit out of me, give me new charge. Like in my mind, I know, despite everything that's going on, like I know the game. I see what's going on, right? So I just stare at him. He's like, what you want to do now? I just stare at him. He spins me back around, cuffs me. Then we go to medical, right? Then we go to medical. And then I go to confinement. And I promise you, I needed every day of that 30 days in confinement to think about that shit. Because as a man, my first thoughts were, what am I doing to this dude if I can catch him during movement and real quick, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I thought about it and realized that what I had done wrong, coming in there like a damn gladiator, talking mad shit, being in all these CO's faces, beefing with the man, just doing my time the wrong way too loud, just acting out of pocket. And the CO actually ended up respecting me, man, for not like having my people call the law or call up to the Bureau of Prisons and like file paperwork or try to snitch on him in any way, shape, or form. I just wore the shit, bro, and he ended up down the road, like, looking out for me. I guess he respected that I didn't just lay down, and he respected I didn't snitch, and he ended up, like, giving me a heads up if I was about to get searched or, stuff like that. I don't want to say too much, but he ended up he ended up being all right with me. But that's the story that wraps up the second high-speed chase, man, when I was at the height of my fuckery at Sumner Main Unit. We'll be back at you soon with another episode of TOH TV. This is Vanilla Gorilla signing off.